King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. We are out. Are the Eagles going to do anything? That's the question. And before I start this, I gotta say, there are weird things happening today. Weird things happening, okay? I know YouTube crashed earlier today. My internet keeps going in and out, in and out. I'm on cellular data right now. So if for some reason I get disconnected, my internet's just acting weird. My wife, she's teaching from home. Her school, her district, they're trying to hack. Somebody was trying to hack into that system. Her school is where they're voting. So I'm telling you, weird things are going on around the nation. Internet keeps acting really, really weird. It's crazy. Anyways, what has happened? What's happening, everybody? How you guys? Eagles ain't gonna do shit. I don't know if the Eagles are gonna do anything or not. I don't expect them to, but I figure, you know what? We come out here and we hang out just in case. Just in case. Well, I have time. Hold on, let me see something here. This is crazy. Crazy, crazy. Kareem, what's up? I love you too, man. The homie, what's up, man? What is happening? Sell, sell, sell. That's what I want to do. I want to sell. Sell, sell, sell is right. Crazy things is happening. What's up, Cut? Eagles, I don't think the Eagles are going to make any moves either. Has anybody made any moves? I can't even get online. I'm using cellular data from my phone to stream this. Trade J. I would love to trade JJ. I think it was like Mayday. What's happening, man? Sell, sell, sell. I would love to sell. Who do you want to sell? If you could trade one person, who would it be? Kid Blues, what's up, man? Derek Barnett and Whiteside sell Alshon. I wouldn't mind trading Whiteside, but it's quiet. Yeah, Sixers are trying to get Harden. I heard that. That is awesome. Hopefully, I can do a video on that this week. But as long as it's not for Embiid. If we're going to make a move, it should be Quan. They already traded Quan Alexander. He's already gone. He already gone. What do you think if we trade Carson and Wentz to the Colts for a first-round pick? I wouldn't like it. Breaking, Howie doesn't waste a fourth-rounder on a bench defensive end this year. He probably will. AJ Green to the Patriots. Did that happen for real? I can't even get online, man. Eagles just got my come on, Glizzy. I know that's bull. JJ and Alshon should be out here next hour. I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine the Eagles. First of all, I can't imagine anybody trading for Alshon Jeffrey with his injury. Philly, were you live when the Eagles traded for Jai? I was not live. I was sleeping. I was actually asleep when it happened. I woke up and I jumped on live real quick. I would love Miles Jack. Absolutely. We can't be buyers. We have no cap. No, you have a little cap for the year. But I would sell. Trade Whiteside for a pound of blue cheese. Yes, definitely. We got 387 people here. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe. I'm going to keep trying to see if my internet comes back up so I can pull up a tracker. I mean, we got 1 hour. How would you feel if we got Frank Reich? I would love Frank Reich as a coach. Isaiah Ford to the Patriots. JJ Alshon, Clement, Gary, goodbye. Yeah, the trade deadline is in 1 hour. EDP got trade. Feel like you got news for me, Jeremiah? What is it? You want Mac and all players? I would love Mac. Is any team even going to make a move? I think the Dolphins just made one. The Dolphins might have just made a trade, actually. There's probably not going to be much happening today, like NHL free. Usually the trade deadlines happen they usually happen early, you know what I mean? So we got over 400 people here. Thank you so much. Please please subscribe if you're new. Let's get over 100 likes. Let's go over 100 likes. We're here through the deadline. Then I got a video coming out later today. Frank Reich knows what he's doing, not our team, coaches, and organization. Well, I mean, I don't know what the Eagles could do. Dolphins trade wide receiver Isaiah Ford to the Patriots. To the interdivision trade. Interesting. Nate Gary for a potato chip. Brandon, what's up? It is quiet. I mean, I don't think Eagles could get Harrison Smith. Would you really want Harrison Smith? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you would sell. Put a 2 if you would buy. Me personally, I'm selling. I'm selling. What I would like the Eagles to do is I would like the Eagles to trade some of the older guys. I would like to see if you could move Alshon Jeffrey. I would even move Jason Peters, even though you're thin on the offensive line. The only way I would buy is if it's a young player, like a young linebacker or a young offensive lineman, something like that. My source says the Eagles trade Gary for a third round pick. Nah, there's no way they could get a third for him. A lot of ones, a lot of twos. I would guess that there's more people wanting to. What did I say? One was sell and two was buy. Was that it? I'd say more sell than buy. Dalton has COVID. Does he have COVID or is just exposed? Philly, I'm not a big fan of Rager. Would you trade Rager for Juju or Gallup? Well, I like Juju Smith. I mean, I would trade him for him, but they're not going to trade. They're not going to trade Juju for him. And look, you got to be patient with Rager. He is a rookie, and he hasn't really played a lot of games. You know. System of now, what's happening? You'll feel my man tuning in from work. What I missed? Nothing, man. It's really quiet. It's really quiet on the trade front right now. He actually has COVID. How the hell did he get it? 500 send. I'm help. I'm in driving school. You're in driving school. Just drive very patiently. Put two hands on the wheels. I'm doing good, Zeke. How are you? Should we trade Wentz? Nah. They're going to let us down again. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the best bet is to sell. I think Howie has been so quiet the last, 2 years? Every time there's something going on. Oh, the Eagles are interested. And then we do nothing. I think the Eagles are going to sit quiet. JoJo's here. Awesome. I'm not trading Wentz. We need to trade Barnett or Jackson from the D-line, and then they need to trade Hurts. They won't trade Hurts yet. I don't know. Maybe you could trade Malik Jackson. I would trade Slay for Bobby Wagner and then trade Nick Gary for a penny, then trade a second rounder for Kyle Fuller. I don't know. I don't know about all that. How long do you see Wentz staying with the Eagles if he continues to play this way? So if he plays this bad, let's say he continues, I think another 2 years. I think you're going to have to at least be with him for 2 more years. Howie is dumb enough to keep the team intact because he thinks we don't need any help. Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to sit pat. Hey, Philly, my brother, I love watching your videos. Fly, Eagles fly, go, Pack, go. The deadline is giving me anxiety. I wouldn't have anxiety because I really don't think they're going to do anything, you know? Is a trade going to happen in the entire NFL? Or there's been a few trades. Dude, I think the Dolphins just made a trade, somebody said, with the Patriots. Did you see that Juju got fined for socks? Yeah, him and Connor, right? Is Rocha here? What's up, Rocha? I think the Eagles are getting better as they play. I think the offense is really struggling. You know, what's up, Trevon? What's up, man? Denzel Rager. Well, he is a good receiver and fits our system so well he does not need to try. I just think Rager needs more time. Lane and Cox for 2 firsts. I don't know if anybody would give you that. I hope we buy, but not we're going to give up anything young player. Yeah, I mean, look, if you buy, you're essentially giving up a first round pick. Now, I heard Stephon Gilmore. I heard the Patriots want a first round pick. You could forget that. You know, what's the problem? 500 trade us to Deshaun Jackson defensive tackle. What are you going to give me? I'm with you, Phil. You need to get young linebackers or offensive line to develop them. That's what I think too. I mean, that's what I would do if I had to make a choice. And I'm going to get somebody. I want a young linebacker or a young lineman. Jay Brunson, man, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate that so much. He says, Philly 500 secretly endorsed the Dallas Cowboys exposed. What are you talking about? Jay Brunson, thank you for the super chat. I don't know how I endorsed them. When I chop Joe Boo's head off in a few weeks, we ain't endorsing nobody. You know what I mean? Can we trade? I wish we could trade our owner. Gavin, thank you for the super chat, my man. He says, Howie is business. First, football. Second, I think he needs to be moved to a role in the front office, but not GM. Yeah, me too. Like, you can make him president of the team. You can make him Lurie's right-hand man, but just don't let him evaluate talent. Rocho, what is up, man? Trade Cox for a young linebacker in the first. I would do that. I would consider pretty much trading almost everybody here on this team, except for the young guys, except for Carson. I'm not trading Carson. I think Carson should do what Klay Thompson did 2 years ago, jump in the ocean and revert back to his 2017 self. I think for Carson to revert back to his 2017 self, I think he needs an offensive coordinator, somebody that uses him correctly. Now, I'm not blaming everything on Doug because Carson makes a lot of stupid mistakes, but Doug is not helping him at all. Hargrave is 26. You know, Hargrave is 26. 500. My team is broken down, man. It is. Zach Cunningham. Is he available? If the Eagles make a move, It will be a tiny one, but I think they'll do something. What did you think? Like, even a tiny one, do you think like an offensive lineman? Like, if I'm just doing any move, a tiny move, it's got to be for a linebacker or offensive lineman, right? Herbert Timms, you didn't miss anything, my man. It is quiet. We are in the last, 50 minutes? 45 minutes before the trade deadline. I'm here just in case something happens. Don't know that it's gonna, but just in case. We got 628 people here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, like, all those good things, we're doing this a lot this week. We're gonna do a lot of live streams, and then we're streaming Eagles games, every Eagles game. We're gonna stream Dallas and Pittsburgh this week. We're gonna have fun. Philly, the Dolphins just traded wide receiver Isaiah Ford, New England Patriots. I saw that. Interdivision trade. That is interesting. Why not trade J.J. Arcega-Whiteside? You know what I mean? It is a shit trade deadline. I agree. The Eagles waived Jason Kroom. No. They waived Jason Kroom, and then they're going to bring him back in 2 days. They keep waiving these guys to put them on the practice squad. Lawrence, what's up? Philly 500. I'm moving back to North Philly in 2 years. 916 back to 215 is our quarterback. You're in 916. I'm in 916 too. I hope to be back in 215 area, maybe 609, 856. Hey Philly, do you think Howie's problem is that he's always trying to find the diamond in the rough rather than? Yeah, I think he thinks he's smarter than what he is, and he always wants to he always wants to make a move. He always wants to show somebody. I mean, how do you draft Arcega-Whiteside over DK? I'm never going to get over that. I'm never going to get over it. Should we trade Deshaun Jackson for Calvin Ridley? No, because he's on IR. Yeah, Eagles waived tight end Jason Kroom. Now, was Kroom on the active roster? I believe he was on the active roster, right? If he's on the active roster, I can't remember. He has to get cut so he can be brought back on the practice squad. Hey, Philly, should we trade Clement? I don't think you could get anything for Clement, but I would cut him. I would definitely cut him. Can we trade Doug? Technically, you can. I think, didn't Oakland trade John Gruden to Tampa? We were trading Boston Scott for James White. Nah, I highly doubt that. Trade a 6th-round pick for John Ross. He's good, but he can make an impact. He's not good, but he can make an impact. He's dirt cheap. He's just always hurt, though. You know what I mean? So you think you guys will do anything? I don't think so. I don't think we'll do anything. I really don't think we're going to do anything. And I'm sorry if I'm missing some of these. I apologize. It's going really quick. Would I consider trading Hurts? See, here's the thing. If you trade Hurts, are you going to get at least a 2nd-round value? I don't know you will. And I don't know that he's done enough to even improve his stock at this point. So I think you have to hold on to him. I hate that move. I hate that they picked him. Will Fuller, he's available. They said, I just read a thing that before my internet crashed, that he was waiting to get traded. Next year, a rebuild for the Eagles. I wouldn't consider it a rebuild, not a 28-year-old quarterback. I consider it a retool. So you think that the Packers will do anything? They could, because they're close. I mean, apparently they tried to get Ertz before he got hurt. We never built a proper O-line with depth for Wentz. That's a huge problem. It is. They were getting too old. You should have a trade button in case trade happens, so sound effects go everywhere and smoke all around the room. That's a great idea. I'll have to think of it next time. You know what team is bad if you trade the damn coach? Yeah, right? Trade Doug for Bill Belichick. That's a fair trade. Nah, that's not gonna happen. It wasn't old enough to remember why we did get rid of Andy Reid. He was there 13 years. I think the players, he kind of lost their ear. It was just time for change, you know. Well, I wish we could get Frank Reich back. Nate Gary for DiNucci. I'll take DiNucci any day of the week. What do you think the Eagles will do to get under the cap next year? I think you're going to have to cut some players that you wouldn't want to cut. I think you're going to lose. You're going to have to cut some big money, and you're going to have to eat some money. The Eagles are going to have to eat a lot of dead money. I don't understand any way else around it. What if Philly? Fuller, Gilmore, Thomas, or Cunningham for me? Well, if I had my choice, I would definitely like Thomas, and then Gilmore. But I can't see it. You know what I mean? A 3rd round and a conditional 5th for Miles Jack, worth the buy since he's 25, proven captain. Ball. Would the Jacksonville Jaguars give Miles Jack? Would give him up for that cheap? I would love to get Miles Jack. I would be all over that. I would even give a pickup for him because he's young. I'm hearing they're going to cut Carson if he keeps playing like he's not lying at all. How are they going to cut him? They owe him so much money. It can't happen. They're going to have to wait at least a few years. Only way to make cap space for structure Wentz on the books for $37 million. It's going to be interesting. Nicholas says, breaking news, Eagles have done nothing again. Eagles just trade Wentz. Yeah, Wentz is here to stay, guys. I'm sorry to tell you. He's here at least 2 years. Now, I have a video coming out, and I'm going to talk about what I think they need to do in the front office, with the coaching staff, with the quarterback. And I'll give you the way it's going to go for Carson Wentz if he doesn't improve. Not all Wentz's money is guaranteed, no, but the first few years of that contract, I think he's going to have to stay. Niners should trade Jimmy G when he's healthy, draft a quarterback. Niners are giving up on Jimmy G already. 500, have you ever seen all the stuff in PA? What do you mean? What do you mean, Zeke? Howie should get slapped for not attempting to trade Deion. Oh, that was fireable offense. I mean, that was the exact move you needed to make at that point. You would have had DeAndre Hopkins. You could have focused on your offensive line. You could have focused on linebacker. I mean, I agree. That was a big blunder. I know Hopkins wanted money, but please. Eagles are looking for defensive players. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I did, Brody. Oh, the voting stuff. Oh, yeah, it's always shady in Pennsylvania. For years, I've heard of stories. I'm telling you, some weird things are going on around here. My wife, she works for the school district. She works. They were trying to hack. They were trying to hack in. Her school is where they go for the polls. My internet keeps going in and out. It's acting really, really weird. There's a lot of weird things. I heard YouTube was down today. Texans won Miles Sanders, so no. Miles Sanders. Riley Cooper coming out of retirement for what? What's he coming out of retirement for? Mayonnaise sandwiches? No, I don't want Nelson Aguilar back. I don't want Nelson Aguilar back ever. Send Jalen Hurts for Fred Warner. 500, chill out, man. It could be North Korea. Who the hell knows? I just know weird things are going on. I give Carson Wentz one more year under a new quarterback coach, and Doug has to be willing to give up play calling to an offensive coordinator Wentz needs to coach. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. Wentz has a $59 million dead cap hit if released. Holy crap. And 20-something million the year after. So Wentz is not going anywhere. Someone hacked into our school system and threatened to leak stuff if they didn't get money. What were they going to leak at the school? What did the school have on file that was so dangerous? Breaking news, Eagles trade Nathan Gary for a $5 Wawa gift card. I don't even know if you could get that. Bring back Jordan Howard. Can you imagine you trade back Jordan Howard? So you trade for Jordan Howard, you let him walk, and he goes to Miami cheap. And then you're going to trade to bring him back? That would make Howie look like an idiot, which is fair. You know what I mean? Trump 389 buying 149. Whew, that would be a blowout. Gilmore isn't elite anymore. Oh, by the way, Nitro Freak is doing an election stream tonight. I might be popping on later. So you guys look out for that. I think he starts at 7 Eastern. I'm going to be at a doctor's appointment at 4. Well, that's 7 my time for my daughter, but. Eagles quarterback swap with the Bears. Nah, not happening. Justin Jefferson. Yes, Justin Jefferson. Very good. Very good. Bro, from my school, someone broke into my school a couple weeks ago. Cops called my school in Bucks County Technical High School. Interesting. 500, Doug and Carson for Frank Reich and the first. Not going to happen. Explain to me how you draft JJ over DK. Not trade Hopkins, resign JP, still be employed. Howie should be ashamed of himself. Howie should be fired. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, when I say fired, I don't mean he has to leave the organization, but I don't think he should be in charge of player personnel. The move to make in the offseason was DeAndre Hopkins. That was the move. That gave your quarterback a weapon. Now you could have concentrated on other things, but they didn't do it. So, then you have a situation 2 years ago with DK Metcalf. Another thing, if you get him, you don't need to draft a wide receiver in the first round. Eagles, Cardinals, Alshon Jeffrey versus Hassan Reddick. Eagles and Lions, J.J. Arthur-Whiteside, fifth man. These are all great trade offers on the Eagles' part, but why would any team do that? No team is going to do that, you know what I mean? What do you think the Eagles should do? I think the Eagles should try to cut some of this older talent. Try to get rid of some of these older guys. Maybe send a guy like Alshon somewhere where they're trying to compete for a championship. Something like that. I mean, if you could get a young linebacker, people always throw Miles Jack around. If he's really available, I would take a shot at him. They definitely need a kicker. Love Wentz in his second interception thrown into the end zone. Wentz, that second interception was bad. Eagles trade Whiteside for a half-eaten Wawa gobbler. Yeah, I wish. Can I show you the screen? I am showing you the screen right now. There's nothing on TV. 500 at Mark Holmes for Joe Boo Wings. I like it. No, I want Howie completely gone from this team. I don't want him around at all. Nobody wants older guys. You want him just gone. He's got to go. Hey, look, whatever it takes. I just don't want him picking players anymore. Eagles just waived Jason Kroom. Was Kroom on the active roster last week? If he was on the active roster, most likely they're cutting him to clear waivers, and they're going to bring him back. I'm a Cowboys fan, and I think y'all should try to trade for Zeke. Zeke don't look right to me. Carson doesn't have anyone to process his struggles with. That past few years, he's had at least an offensive coordinator, a veteran backup quarterback to go, and this year, no offensive coordinator, veteran backup quarterback. Yeah, I mean, look, Jaworski was on A2D radio. Shout out to those guys. But he was talking about how sometimes you have too many people in your ear, and the way the Eagles set up their offense with all these, passing counselors, and you got Morningwig, and nobody's offensive coordinator. They're just all these people to help Doug. It's just too many people in the ear. Eagles need cold hard cash for 2021, but how? They're gonna have to make a lot of cuts. That's part of the reason why, Brian, I would start trying to sell now. Sean Davis, love you, Philly. You're my favorite YouTuber. Been for years, still no wrench. Oh, Sean Davis, thank you for that, man. I appreciate that. Did you hear about Will Parks rumors again today? Yeah, I hear the Eagles want to trade Will Parks, and I thought he was one of the best players that they played the other night. So, of course, he's probably the only guy that's got any value. But Philly 5, what did you think of Vic era at Philly? I liked Vic era. I liked Vic. I thought, I was rooting for Vic. I wanted Vic to come back and make a comeback. I liked Vic because he reminds me a lot of Randall Cunningham, and I liked Vic a lot. In a lot of ways, I liked Vic more than I liked McNabb. So yeah, I liked the era. I just wish we could have won. Psycho Steve, what is up? Zeke got worse every year. Just being honest, he is. I mean, he loses like 10 yards per game per season, average every season, and so Zeke is good with a great O-line as well. Yeah. Paid Fulgham. You got to pay Fulgham. Who isn't good with a great O-line? I can think a couple Eagle players, old Eagle running backs. Do you think the Steelers will blow up the Cowboys? Yeah, I do. I mean, Andy Dalton's not playing, right? So, yeah, it's Ben DiNucci. So you're telling me how he sat there and was happy about drafting Jalen Hurts because he's going to sit on our bench and talk to Doug Peterson. That's exactly what happened. Yes. I mean, when you draft a quarterback in the second round, you have a quarterback. Yeah, he's pretty much going to sit. Funny thing is, Wentz looked better under Mike Groh than he does now. 2 seasons under Groh, he was 48 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, and like a 95 pass rating. Yeah, I mean, look, I think Carson's pressing a lot, man. I think a lot of hits. Ugly dude, what is up? I think there's a lot of issues going on. I think there's issues within this organization, this front office, that we don't know. I think there are things going on. They've been going on for a while. We saw, we heard about Ertz and Howie getting into it about contract. Then we saw the whole thing where Doug and Howie looked like they were getting into it. I think there's things going on that we just don't know. Will I make it to the P.O. box? I might make it today. If I don't make it today, I'll make it first thing in the morning. Did it arrive? Maybe Grow wasn't the problem. Howie and Doug are. I mean, maybe. I mean, right now the way it's looking, yeah. The best person to sell is Barnett from a value standpoint. He's good, but he's not up to his potential. Rather have Josh Sweat taking those snaps. I like Barnett, but would be completely fine with trading him. I wouldn't be upset if we trade him either. I think he does have talent. What can you get for him? That's the question. I don't think you could get a first. I don't think you get a second round pick. Filioso, what is happening, my man? How are you? We got 835 people here. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. We stream every Eagles game here and a bunch of other NFC East games. So, it arrived at okay. Awesome Wisconsin Eagle fan. I will head up there, man. Thank you so much, man. Super Bowl 55 teams. I don't know. I mean, my picks for Super Bowl this year was the Ravens versus Saints. And I had the Ravens winning. But it looks like I don't know if I'm going to be right. Sean Davis, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Says, we need to get you some more subs. Deserve it. Where's my wrench, Philly? Where is your wrench? You have a wrench, buddy. You should already have one, Sean Davis. But I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, you definitely have one, Sean Davis. You've already had one for a while, man. Thank you for super chat. Appreciate your streams, Philly. Thank you. Rob, thank you, man. Waiting to see if something happens. It's quiet. What time is it? Anyways. We are at 12, well, it's 4:20, 3:26, right? 4:26? 3:26 on the East Coast. Oh, thanks, Sean Davis. I liked Vic, too. Giving the Ravens and Steelers the sweats was a good sign. Thought you guys were ready to put on a double moonwalk shoes. I thought we were coming around. And just, man, after that game, I thought after the fourth quarter of the Giants game we were coming around, but I guess not. Philly trade Ertz to the 49ers. Kittle's out for... Yeah, you can't trade Ertz because he's on the IR. Once a guy goes to IR, you can't trade him. 500, you will not sweep us in Jerry's world. Oh, we're sweeping you. I'm not even worried about that. Joe Boo's head is coming off this year. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. DH Eagles, what's happening, man? Watch the biggest move waving Kroom. I really don't expect the Eagles to do anything. Howie has not been aggressive at all. Trade Hurts to... What would you want for Hurts? Mark, thank you, Mark. I enjoy the channel 500. Keep it. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Philly, would you trade Barnett for a first round and a first round for Gilmore? Pats are looking for... No, I wouldn't. Gilmore's what, 30 years old? I don't need any more 30-year-old players. I don't think we're good enough to win it this year. I think that you have to try to get younger. Come on, we didn't extend Gary. How do you think he'll cut his head off? Hopefully with an axe. I want an axe. Nothing's going to happen, but it would be nice to move some dead weight. Yeah, I agree. What if we trade Fletcher Cox? Well, I'll be honest with you. I really thought when they signed Hargrave, that was a sign that Fletcher Cox was on his way out. But then he restructured his deal, so now I'm not so sure. Trade deadline is at 4 p.m. Eastern. TJ Edwards said, well, how old is Bobby Wagner? Bobby Wagner's a great linebacker, but he's older. I think we need to look younger. Let's get guys under 30, under 29. Let's get young guys. This is the second year in a row we were told Howie's playing something big and he does nothing. Yeah, this has been happening really for quite a while now. Howie, all his aggressiveness, which is what I liked about him, is gone. Sean Davis, thank you so much for Super Chat, man. He says, I don't even know what a wrench does, laughing my ass off. But thanks, big guy. We have no rhythm. Carson has a different offensive every week. Offensive lineman, yeah, every week. Thank you, Sean Davis. I appreciate it, man. I agree with you. Trade Hargrave? I can't see them trade Hargrave. He's 26 years old. Wagner's 30. Yeah, that's too old. Yeah, I'm open to Miles Jack. But here's the problem. The Eagles don't value linebackers. They don't value them. They don't want to pay them. That's a problem. I mean, dude, they could have gotten Queen in the first round. You imagine if you could just go back in the draft. Take DK Metcalf, right? Then the following year, you don't need to go wide receiver in the first round. You could go offensive lineman. You could have gone linebacker, somebody like Queen. I mean, you could have done so much. Howie's picks that he misses kill us. Dre Ross, man, thank you so much for Super Chat, man. Appreciate it. He says, unlike other teams, the Eagles don't have any great expendable players that would be worth trading. Not for high price. I think the big guy was Ertz, and they wasted all his value. And thank you for the Super Chat, buddy. The Eagles ain't going to do nothing. Why didn't he get Deshaun King? He went for a 6th round. Shit is a joke. No, they're not getting anybody. I agree. Breaking Gary was signed to the cheerleaders. That I believe. Gary stinks. Harden trade to the Sixers. I heard it was close. I've gotten no alert yet, but I would love Harden for the Sixers. But you got to keep Embiid. Eagles trade options should be sell. Alshon Jeffrey agreed. Whiteside agreed. Hurts, I don't know what you can get for him. Buy. J.C. Jackson, Zach Cunningham, or Joe Thuney. I like Thuney. That would be good. This is stressful. I need eggnog. I'm not stressed about it because I don't expect anything, you know. I don't think the Eagles are going to do anything. Packers love and Steelers Super Bowl, in my opinion. You very well could be right, Ryan. Simmons go, I go. Really? I don't mind if they trade Ben for Harden, but I'm not trading Embiid. I mean, I prefer to keep both. I don't know. I mean, if you traded Hurts, for those that want Hurts traded, what would you trade for him? What do you think you could get for him? I don't think you could even get a second round pick. Joel's always out of shape, though. He needs to get in shape. He's so cold and hot. Yeah, Steven, I hope the changing with the coach and more, I think, hopefully that'll change. I think a big problem was Brett Brown. You know? Oh, I love Doncic. Literally, don't trade Hurts, man. It will be the future. I don't know if he's going to be the future. I really don't know. I'm a Rockets fan. If we trade Harden for Trash Simmons, I'm rioting. I would love that. Saints got Quan Alexander. Yep. Eagles wins 11 NFC championships. 500. McCarthy said next draft will be about defense, and Dak is our future. I love McCarthy. Higher than asphalt. Team injured. And our third quarterback, man. Well, I mean, why is he telling people that what they're going to do in the draft already? That's kind of crazy. Nate Gary couldn't even go for a dirty lollipop. You couldn't get 2 first rounds for Carson. We need better trade for a better linebacker or Thuney. Yeah, I agree. I don't want Harden because he doesn't show up in the playoffs. I'm not giving up Ben. He's 25 years Harden's. Yeah, I get it. No, I totally understand that. The thing with Ben is Ben hasn't proved to me he could shoot yet. Until he starts actually being aggressive in shooting, which I actually think he could shoot, he just doesn't want to. Hey, yo, Philly, how you doing, man? I'm doing great. How are you, Kristaps? What's happening?
Time capsule's working.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna stay like this right now, but I may see if my wife just told me the internet was back up, so hopefully it stays up. Sharkhead Keith, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Giroux might need to be go. He's going cold on goals. Yeah, I mean he's older. I would have traded him a few years ago, and I love Giroux. Trade Lane for first, Fletcher for second, and Ertz for third. Can't do it. I don't think you could get a first for Lane. I don't think you could get a second for Fletcher. And I don't think you definitely can't trade Ertz at all. Lions trade Matthew Stafford for week 12. What? I'll take Harden and beat Simmons. I would pass out if they got him without giving. Yeah, if you could do it without giving up Simmons or Embiid, even better. I don't hear it. Lipitu and Wentz no more. You don't hear it? We got Amendola. I don't know. I mean, why would we need Amendola? That doesn't make any sense. Yes, that's rigged, but like the stream. Thank you. Yeah, please subscribe if you're new to the channel. We got 851 people here. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get over 300 likes. Breaking Lions trade Matthew Stafford for week 2. What is? I don't even know what that means, Sarah. They need a good linebacker, and I think coaching needs some adjustments. Coaching needs major adjustments. Hurts is the future? I'm not sure. Hurts ran the ball a few times. He threw 2 passes. I can't say he's the future. If we make a trade, will you do white rerun day? It depends what we trade. I mean, if we trade something stupid, then no. If it's something good, if you could pawn J.J. Arcega-Whiteside for a 4th round pick, a 5th round pick, I'll dance all over the place. LA Lou, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. How about a 4th round for Josh Reynolds of the Rams? I like Reynolds, actually. I actually like him, but I really think the Eagles need to focus on linebacker and offensive linemen, you know? Make a proposed trade for Michael Thomas if you're Philly. I don't think you need to trade. I mean, I thought the Saints said they weren't trading for him. So, I don't know, you know? Philly doing something freed up a roster spot. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. Amendola wouldn't help, but I mean, I don't. What are we gonna play him in the slot? I don't want Amendola. You're saying we couldn't give up a 6th-round pick for Desmond King? I hate the Eagles. They couldn't do it. There's a lot of moves that they could have done, man. Patriots will trade Joe Thuney. Now, was Thuney on? Did he opt out on COVID? Because if he opted out, I don't think they can trade him. Will the Bengals pick up a player? Not sure. Do you think the Cowboys should have taken Xavier McKinney instead of CD? No. No, I think CD is better. Is Xavier McKinney even been playing? Or is he hurt? Yeah, buddy, what's up, man? Eagles, Nate Gary for dirt. Nah, I ain't trading him for dirt live pop. Will Fuller put Philly in his Twitter bio. Will Fuller. I mean, I don't see. I know it's crazy, but I don't think the Eagles' biggest problem is receiver right now. I think the Eagles need to go out and get an offensive lineman or a linebacker. I kind of like what we got in Fulgham. Apparently, you're going to have Alshon back. You got Rager just came back. I mean, I like Greg Ward. I think Greg Ward's having a very underrated season. I think you need an offensive lineman. I think you need a linebacker. Wide receivers are fine. Either give Hurts a chance or trade Alshon or Wentz to the Bears. You can't trade. You're not going to be able to trade Carson. Carson ain't going nowhere. You're going to have to wait 2 years on Carson going anywhere. I don't want to jinx myself, but this trade deadline has been quieter than usual. This is really quiet. I mean, I expect the Eagles to be very quiet. I did hear, Blaine, that we did cut Jason Kroom. I did. Does that mean the Eagles are getting ready to do something? I don't know. I don't think so. If we make a trade, Howie will wait till 4 p.m. sharp. Probably. Trade deadline sucks. Yeah, it's really quiet. Very quiet. But I know this. If I didn't come on and do a live stream on the trade deadline, then a big trade would happen. Sharkhead Keith, thank you so much for the super chat, man. He says, Capizzle is mad. So trade Nate Gary for EDP? I don't think you could trade Nate Gary for anything. Pizzle was mad. I'm sure he was. I still haven't watched his thing. I'll have to go back and watch it. I'm hoping Miles Sanders is back for the next game. Will Fuller put Philly in Twitter bio? Yeah, I don't think that means anything. I don't. Do you guys really think we need a wide receiver? I think we need a linebacker or offensive lineman. Is it Nico? Thank you, man. Fix the turnovers and play calling, and we golden. We got to fix the turnover, play calling. Yeah, I agree with that. They got to figure something out. Will Fuller to the Eagles? Nah. Will Fuller's not coming to the Eagles. He's always hurt anyways. Steelers got Avery Williamson, but I don't think they'll get anything else. Steelers are what, 7-0 right now? They don't need to do anything. Will Fuller, no John Ross. I mean, what are you going to get? Pizzle he punched his wife. What are you talking about? How do we trade for a play caller? You have to hire one. I love an offensive lineman, preferably a guard. Me too. Fuller is from Philly. Yeah, Fuller is from Philly. I'm sure he's not coming back to Philly. I don't think the Eagles need to go out and get a wide receiver. I love Fulgham. I think you got Rager back. Let him play. Greg Ward is having an underrated season. You're going to get Alshon Jeffrey back. I don't think you can trade for a receiver. I think you need to trade for something else. The only one I would trade for Michael Thomas, but what are you going to have to give up? AJ Green's too old for me. If I would just punch pistol breaking, what? Trade Hurts and a first for Miles Jack. I wouldn't trade first for him, but I would like it. Which team is better, Jets or Eagles? Eagles. Receivers are useless when Carson is playing bad. Yeah, well, I mean, and that's true. But, however, I think you need offensive linemen. If you want Carson to start playing better, give him better protection. The guy has been sacked ridiculous amount of times, and it's not always because he's holding the ball. He sometimes has no time, and he gets destroyed. Sometimes it's because he holds the ball. If I have a Fuller put Philly in his Twitter bio, that's because he's from Philly. I don't think it has anything to do with him coming to Philly. But, I mean, who knows? Let's see if something breaks. Trade Carson for Drew Brees? No. 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left into maybe the most quiet trade deadline I can remember. Nothing going to happen, but I would have loved a linebacker or offensive lineman, like you said. What's good though, you stinky dingbat? What is good? How are you, Dana? Giants signed Kenny Wiggins. I don't know. I didn't hear anything. Caldwell should have been our offensive coordinator. I like Caldwell. Will Fuller isn't coming to Philly. No, I don't think so. Trading for an offensive lineman is the stupidest move ever. We get Isaac back soon. I'm not a big Isaac Sayamalu fan. And how healthy has our offensive lineman been this year? I mean, seriously, we have a new offensive lineman every week starting. How can trading for an offensive lineman be a bad idea? Even if you get Sayamalu back, you need the depth. Trading for offensive linemen is not dumb. It's common sense. It's actually common sense. Shark Caddy, thank you so much for Super Chat, man. Appreciate it. I can't believe they canceled the Mummers Parade. Yeah, that's sad. That's ridiculous. I don't know how you could say trading for an offensive lineman is a bad idea. Seriously. TF13 is going to be a beast. He is. We lead the NFL in most rotations on offensive line. 14 different combos. I know. You can never have too many offensive linemen. I have to get offensive linemen if I was the Eagles. Eagles not training NFC. The Eagles aren't training with anybody. No. 19 more minutes. Trading Hurts this early would be stupid. Well, you couldn't get a second round pick for Hurts right now. I don't believe it. So you're going to lose value. The only way you're going to get anything for him is you got to let him sit on the bench a few years, learn, and build his value. Isaac is so good. You want to trade for someone that would play usually. I'm not saying trade Sayamalu. Keep Sayamalu. Play him. I'm not a big fan of Sayamalu, but if he can play, fine. But you still need more offensive linemen. You don't have enough depth. This team is constantly banged up at the offensive line. If I could add another offensive lineman, especially an interior offensive lineman, I'm doing it in a second. By the way, you need 2 guard positions. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to trade for offensive linemen. No, the offensive line, look, Carson holds the ball. Yeah, that happens, but it's not every time. This guy takes a beating. This line is not good. I put a 1 in the chat if you think we need offensive line help. Am I crazy? Do you think Julio Jones is being traded? No, I do not. 1-1-1-1. Yeah, see, a lot of people think we need line help. Be patient with linebackers. Edwards and Singleton look promising, and we still need to see what we have in Bradley. I would get a linebacker, but I like Bradley. I like Davion Taylor, but they need to play. A lot of ones saying we need a linebacker. I'm sorry, an offensive line. I mean, even if you get Sayamalu back and he's fantastic, you'll still need another offensive lineman. You'll still need another. I still think that right guard spot isn't great right now. And look how many guys have been hurt. We need all the depth we can get on the offensive line. Herberg has been very solid. I'd rather use him than Sayamalu. I like Herberg. I like all those guys. But everybody gets hurt. If I could add another offensive lineman, I would do it. What's up, Philly? I don't think the Eagles will make any moves, but this offseason we have to address Howie's situation, evaluating talent, and get an offensive corner. If anything, trade for a linebacker, offensive lineman. Rakeem, what's up, man? And you're going to love the video I have coming out later this afternoon because basically I'm going to address every one of those issues. Dolphins trade Isaiah Ford page. I saw that. What's up? What's the best website for trade updates? I mean, there's a few. I like Eagle websites, so I do like Bleeding Green Nation, things like that. You can go to Pro Football Talk, things like that. They'll usually update it, and there may be a few trade ones I'm not thinking of. New scouting staff agreed. Joe Thuney. My question is, did Joe Thuney? Did he opt out? If he opted out, I don't think you could trade him. Watch the Eagles will have almost a big trade happen, but Howie won't squeeze the trade. I don't think the Eagles are going to do anything. No way Jalen Mills, a cornerback, is horrible. The original position safety. Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to move on from Mills, too. Thuney is hurt. Interest. I didn't know that. With channels at deadline, I got NFL Network on, but that's it. When NFL is at 4, yes. In 2017, Wentz's success came from RPO heavy offense. Since Doug took over, I haven't seen RPO. They used RPOs, but remember, if you remember correctly, they really went to a lot of RPOs after Foles came in because they went back and they looked at the tapes and they tried to figure out what Foles did good in that 27 touchdown, 2 interception season. So they didn't use as many RPOs as you think they used before then. Then they got real heavy, and then they went real heavy with it in 2018, almost too much. But I think they should incorporate some of it back in, just not overuse it. Doug has a tendency to do like one extreme to the other, you know? Oh, Chris, welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. Welcome to Dingbat Nation. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Let's mod you up. Thank you, buddy. It's always a great idea to get O-line help. I agree. Imagine Kelsey get hurt. It would be terrible for offensive linemen. Agreed. Me for Prez, I'll take it. Gallup for a third. What do you think? I like Gallup. Best receiver on the Dallas Cowboys. Who do you think we should resign the offseason as a precaution? I think, I don't know. I have to go through it, but I'm going to cut a lot of guys age-wise. How do you do it? Join Dingbat Nation? There should be a join button next to the subscribe button. And you just click on that. Now, if you're on a mobile, you're going to have to go out of the chat, and it'll be in the description. If the Eagles trade for a linebacker, or maybe my thumb will come back. Yeah, well, stop sitting on your thumb. You know what I mean? Mosley opted out. Okay. With our O-line being shaky, Wentz is holding the ball forever. I can see the Hurts era coming sooner than later. Start to plan how that's going to look, 500. So you're assuming he's going to get hurt. Well, if he gets hurt again, that's bad. You know? What will you do if they don't get an offensive coordinator? I'm probably going to rail on them. I'm going to be mad. I think you have to get an offensive coordinator this all season. You know? I don't think necessarily the RPOs are Carson's thing. I mean, he can do some of it. I don't mind mixing it in there. But, I mean, they really went RPO heavy with Foles. Still can't believe how he paid $20 million for a kicker. Could have been used for a decent roster spot. Yeah. Chip Kelly as offensive coordinator? No, I don't want him. Sanders injury prone? I mean, he's been hurt a couple times. I'm not ready to say he's injury prone yet. I think the biggest problem with Carson is the O-line. Remember back to the Super Bowl year, the Eagles had one of the best lines in football. It is no coincidence that Carson was best year. Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. I also think that if you look at the Redskins, the no-names, if you look at the first game of the season, Carson took a beating. First few games of the season, took a beating. I think when you take such a beating early on, it has an effect. It throws your timing off. Your internal clock gets really messed up. So I think that's a big problem. Oh, GD, man, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. He says, most people want to meet guys like Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. I want to hang out with real personalities like Philly 500, Vach Lombardi, Lord Brunson, Bad Dog, and Mark Holmes. Oh, GD, man. Thanks so much, man. One of these days, buddy. One of these days, we'll definitely do it. Thank you so much for Super Chat. Oh, Chase. Welcome to Dingbat Nation, buddy. Welcome to Dingbat Nation. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Get your wrench. Appreciate that, my man. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining all the Super Chats. You guys are awesome. It is very, very quiet. I don't want to exactly fire Howie because he's good with money, but he sucks as a talent evaluator. You know, I have to even question Howie Roseman's contract negotiation because all he's done is constantly pushed money into the future. He just redoes contracts, pushes all that money, and now it's coming back to haunt us. So I think that's a problem. Bad Dog is here. You know, my man Bad Dog was a mad dog last. Bad Dog is a mad dog. Cause he knows the Giants always stink. They trade Odell Beckham, Daniel Jones stinks. And he works for NASA. Thank you very much. What's up, Bad Dog? You think they will trade Jordan Jenkins? I don't think the Eagles are going to trade for anything, man. I think they're going to sit quiet. I would like to see him sell a few things. That would have been really nice. Sign Earl Thomas, too old. Internal clock is like, Quarterbacks get a clock, so you know you snap the ball, you have so much time before you need to get rid of that ball or pressure is probably coming. So usually they say like what, 2.5 seconds. So that kind of gets messed up when you get beat around and hit around a lot. It's almost eggnog time, yo. I already had a little eggnog. I found sea salt caramel eggnog. I'm like, I have to drink this. You know what I mean? And he works for NASA. He does. How much longer till the deadline? Oh, let's see what time it is. We got 9 minutes. Fifth-year player and Wentz is making rookie mistakes. What it is what it is. I mean, he is making rookie mistakes, absolutely. And it's horrible. But can he come out of it? Yeah, I think he can. Does he get help from the coach? No, not really. Hey, 500, you got to add Daniel Jones falling on his face in the Bad Dog song in this. Yeah, we're going to have to add that. Daniel Jones is too fat, he falls on his face. I'll think of something. K-Chaps, thank you so much for joining Dingbat Nation, man. Welcome to Dingbat Nation. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. And welcome. Sing the Trubisky song. Oh, you guys want a concert now. Woo! I'm all out of whiskey, 'cause I lost my Trubisky. I know Philly was right to say that the Bears still stink. Thank you. And Bad Dog works for NASA. I honestly think he added weight without preseason is also affect Carson. The weight definitely has something to do with it. Will Fuller to hit Philly? I hear no. He has Philly in his bio. People are saying he's going to Philly. I wouldn't understand that trade. I mean, I think Will Fuller's talented, but like, dude, like, I think the receivers are okay. You know what I mean? The Alshon song, the Nelson Aguilar, Nelson, he stinks. Gonna make Raider fans drink, and Big Dog still works for NASA. Thank you. Wentz's wife made him soft. Hey, what do they say? Women weaken legs. I don't know. She might not have made him soft. She might have made him fat. Fuller, they want a second-round pick. I ain't giving them a second-round pick for Fuller. He's never healthy. Andre Moore, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. I think Jordan Howard should go back to Chicago. Well, he could. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I can't trade for him twice, though. I need a Whiteside song, I know. Did you like my Whiteside DK Metcalf comparison video, Bad Dog? I thought that was perfect. Let's sing this. I gotta make a song about Nate Gary, you know. But there's just nothing that has come yet that has inspired me. My cousin's uncle's sister's daughter is Will Fuller's housekeeper. They confirmed he's coming to Philly. Awesome. But my cousin's uncle's brother, who is the former cousin of my other uncle's brother's cousin, said it's not happening. Not one trade is even happening. No, it's very quiet. I was dying. That was it, man. I just don't understand the Whiteside pick. I'll never understand it. We got 890 people here. Please please subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you want to catch me between like videos and stuff, I'm often chatting. Go to Flick Chat Sports. I don't have the link in it. It's in the description, I think. I might have forgot to put it in there. But go to Flick Chat Sports and join Philly 500's channel. Dolphins trade for a running back. Could Breida or Jordan Howard be cut or traded? Possibly, yeah. Possibly. What you have to do is, as soon as the deadline hits, you got to wait like 15 minutes. Because about 15 minutes, it'll start coming in if there was something late. Here's a Howie song. Howie Roseman stinks. And he's got a big 12th. What are you doing? Jupiter. You're going to have to sing that for me. We're not doing anything. It doesn't look like it. Please get Will Fuller. I don't think Will Fuller is going to help you all that much, to be honest. I'm just saying. Low-key, Whiteside hasn't given a shot to prove if he's good or bad. When he gets the ball, catches it, and he makes some very good catches if you want to watch the film. Here's the thing with Fuller. I mean, with Ortega. They don't even use him. They don't even put him on the field half the time. So, I mean, he can't be that good if they don't even believe in him. I mean, maybe he is. This is a team that passed up on DK Metcalf. A DK Metcalf song with Howie. What I need to do is I need to go back and look at my live stream when we drafted when they didn't take DK. Don't mind that Whiteside over DK Metcalf. I will never forget. I know, me either. David Moreno, he's still trying to trade Gary for a dirty lollipop. Ain't happening. Benny Snell, that's not happening. Whiteside being on the field is a sure tell that we're running. He's only good at blocking Matt Collins 2-0. He blocks a lot, yeah. The Capizzle song. Yeah, what the hell's the... Oh, man. I forget what I did. I forget the Capizzle song. I forget what that song was. I can't remember because that was like on the spot. I have to go back and look at it. I can't remember what I said. I'll have to go back and look at it and have it ready for you for next time. A linebacker corner, I would love a linebacker. TF13 is leading all wild since week 4. Travis Fulgham is stud. I think he's a stud. NFC least, we all suck. It's true. Oh, yeah. Where's the swamp rat? Where's the swamp rat? Where's the swamp rat? He's been pizzled double moonwalk cause the Giants always stink. Thank you. Coming to iTunes very soon. Packers cut Fulgham. Lions cut Fulgham. Wentz turns him into a star. Yes. Bro, I hate nothing. I hate that nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. If it's going to happen, it's not going to be anything big. That's sure. Proud to be a member of Philly. Even as a Dallas fan, you're still my favorite. Oh, okay, chaps. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Low, 5591. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. He says, can I get a Dallas Stink song? Much love, brother. I don't even have a Dallas Stink song. I got to make one. You know what I mean? I will definitely... I want to make a Dallas song about chickens sleeping with their one eye open. You know what I mean? But we're gonna have to do it. So I'm looking to see if there's anything breaking. Elijah Holyfield, they just don't use him. Next conspiracy, hopefully by this weekend, because things are gonna slow up this weekend for me, and I hope to get one out. Do some trade news come after the deadline? Yeah, sometimes, because sometimes it happens at the deadline, and then you have to wait a little bit. I don't have a Howie song. Thoughts on Trevor Diggs? Love you, Philly, even though I'm a Cowboy fan. Old Spice Body Wash. Thank you so much. I think Trevor Diggs is good. Trevon Diggs is gonna be good. He's going through some learning pains now, but I liked him coming out of the draft. Brady, Eagles are involved in a trade to come out in a few minutes. We will see. I got to make a song, I know. Trey Barnett, come on, respond. Yeah, I'm open to trading Barnett because I'm not open to resigning him. You know what I mean? 3 minutes until deadline is over. Yep. Has there been any moves yet? Nothing yet. Nothing by the Eagles. Eagles really quiet. The HOA lady, I don't know. She's probably hiding in somebody's bushes, writing them up, while her dog is pissing and shitting everywhere. Let's see. Pretty quiet. I'm looking right now on some sites to see if there's any breaking. Eagles waived the guy who didn't know. Yeah, they waived Kroom. Nothing right now, man. We got 1 minute. See, what'll happen is, like I said, Texans is saying right now, Texans listening to trade offers regarding Will Fuller. So if the Eagles want to swoop in last minute, maybe you get a situation like that. That's why you got to wait a little while after, because sometimes it comes out. But yeah, this is bad. I think the last few trade deadlines I did, we actually had stuff come I forget what we did, but nothing happening. Everyone stopped saying 6 seconds. Yeah. What trade deadline is in about 30 seconds. Wow, what a bummer. I wish we would have gotten something. Me too. I need a HOA Lady song. What do you think about re-signing Kelsey because he's so old? Yeah, because I don't have anybody else to play, you know? Yeah, let's get over 400. We got 954 people here. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We stream all the time. Stream all the Eagles games and a lot of NFC East games for that matter this year. So make sure you subscribe. Appreciate you guys being here. Sayamalo is the future at center. Are you gonna really move him? That's the question I have. Yeah, I think there's going to be some unrest tonight. I do. It is over. Got nothing. I hate everything. We should have got Earl Thomas. You don't need it. You don't need Earl. You could get Earl Thomas without the trade deadline. You don't need a trade deadline for that. Like I said, you got to wait like 15 minutes. I'm gonna wait another 15 minutes before I give up. I'm tired of the Eagles always bailing on these things. They haven't done anything. Howie Roseman has just disappeared, man. Really. Oh, that's scary. All those good people. We could have had Lamb, Metcalf. I know. You have to get rid of Howie. I'm going to talk about Howie Roseman tonight because I did a video because I didn't think they were going to do anything. So I'll put it out later. I haven't played Red Dead Redemption in a while, but I love that game though. But PlayStation 2 comes out. I mean, PlayStation 5. What am I saying? 2 comes out what next week? We need a corner. We need a linebacker. You know, Ertz getting hurt messed up major. I think that's true. See, I think that Ertz getting hurt screwed the Eagles because I think the Eagles were going to trade him. I think he would have gotten traded. They said the Packers made an offer, the Ravens made an offer. I would love to know what these offers were. You know, I got a barricade in my door because I'm afraid that the riots might start. You'll be okay. It's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. Philly 5, yeah, Philly 500 PS5. Yeah, I get one. Ertz faked his injury so he didn't get traded. Conspiracy. Interesting. Deadline is expired. Yes, but the question is did anything come in? Because like I said, if they put a trade deadline, let's say there's 10 minutes, 5 minutes left. Let's say they're working on a trade right now. You might have something happening that we didn't know about, and it hasn't been released yet. Birdman, what is happening? You're going to get Xbox Series X? I'll get that at some point too, but I'm starting with the PS5. Fuller won't be traded. I mean, they said they wanted a second round pick for him. Ain't happening. You know? Ain't happening. So we could still get Earl Thomas. You could still get Earl Thomas as a free agent. You just can't make a trade. So anybody like Earl Thomas who's a free agent, you can sign. Anthony, what's up? Still waiting for the second stimulus check. Wait about another couple weeks and it's going to happen. As soon as the election's over. Have to go with what we already have. That's what they're doing. Nothing happening. Nope. Should have traded Mills, traded Jeffrey, traded Robbie Coleman. Anything, do nothing. Yeah, I hear you. I'm not surprised, though. Howie Roseman has been very quiet. Remember, like the last few years, it's always like, the Eagles are going to make a splash in free agency. The Eagles are going to make a splash in trades. Eagles are going to do this. And then they never do anything. Howie has just gone quiet. Everything that Howie Roseman did that I liked, the aggressiveness. Remember, he did multiple jumps to go up and get a quarterback. All that stuff is gone. He doesn't do any of it anymore. Put up your Christmas tree now, Dingbat. I told your daughters to pester you. I'm putting up my tree probably this weekend. Howie's trying to get fired. He's got to get demoted. Like I said, I got a video on it, and I'll talk about that tonight. Hey, yo, Philly, you down to the Howie to a catapult and launch him in outer space? I'm ready. I'm totally ready. Eagles could make a splash right now if we fell off the boat. Won a Super Bowl, now he's done. That's what it seems like to me, you know? I don't know what they're going to do tonight. I have no idea. I'm expecting stuff, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Fitzpatrick, I know we could have gotten really late draft picks. What, for Dallas? They're not telling the trade offer Zach Ertz because people start to move. Yeah, well, that's what I want to know. What was the trade for Ertz? If it's a third pick or higher, I'm taking it. Okay, because I think they lost a lot of value with him. Man, this thing is still down. My internet is still down. Seriously, what happened to Riverboat Howie? I don't know. He just got quiet. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, Wentz did. Wentz is looking. Sometimes I don't know what he's looking at. There was a 4th and 3 that I was watching, and he had multiple guys open, and he just won't pull a trigger. And I think, and like I said, I think that has to do with not. Basically, I think that has to do with getting hit too much. He's all messed up right now. Why not trade Barnett? He's so much cap. I would be open to it. Mark Holmes is hacking my internet. Some weird thing is going on. Louis forgot to pay his Wi-Fi. California's turning red. That wouldn't surprise me, actually, just based upon what I see all over the place. Every quarterback misses receivers. I can pull film on game you want and play. Yeah, everybody does. No question. Esmeralda says 900 people here. Let's get to 500 likes. So what are we at? 434 likes? Yes. If you're new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. Let's get at least 500 likes. Trade Brandon Graham. He's at max price. Brandon Graham's the one guy that's been like performing, man. Even in his age, he is still having his best year. You know what I mean? Ertz is pretty good. Why does everyone want to trade him? Well, the reason you want to trade him is because he's getting older and he wants big money. He wants top 3 tight end money, and you got a young guy in Dallas Goedert. You're also $50+ million over the cap. You just can't afford all these guys. At some point, you got to move on. The trade deadline has come and gone. Right now, NFL Network's talking about John Elway testing positive for COVID or something. I'm waiting to see if something trickles in. Doesn't look like anything. This is the most boring trade. This is very boring trade deadline. Yeah, the last few ones I've done been active. Even if the Eagles didn't make a lot of moves, it's been very active. Do you think Cooper Rush will play better than Ben DiNucci? Maybe. I mean, he's been in the league a lot longer, right? Are they going with DiNucci though? No, I wouldn't trade Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham is actually having, like, he actually may get double-digit sacks this year. Philly, did you hear during the post-game interview Wentz said he has to do better, but he'll stay aggressive to give his teammates opportunities? Yeah, I did hear that. He says that a lot. Look, he's got to stay aggressive. I agree with it, but it's got to be smart. I think Wentz has to be better. Doug Peterson is not helping Carson at all. At all. And just the combination of those two guys are killing us right now. And I hope they can figure out, they got 2 weeks to figure this out. Jordan Howard got cut, pick him up for short yardage. Did Jordan Howard just get cut? Yeah, I'd pick him up. If Jordan Howard got cut, pick him up. I would. But the Eagles didn't like him. I guarantee. I would be shocked if the Eagles picked up Jordan Howard. I would be shocked. They didn't like him last year. They hardly used him. I'm telling you right now, I would be shocked if the Eagles picked up Jordan Howard. Is Mark Holmes? I don't know what he's eating. Doug is trying hard to be Andy and the KC Chiefs. Yeah, but he doesn't run an offense like it at all. I would have traded Cox because Hargrave is our future. I would have too. But I think that may happen in off season. Carson refuses to throw the ball away. At times he does. Absolutely he does. But also Wentz saying he thinks he's not good enough. Yeah, Wentz always says those things, but he's got to do something. Philly, I do, man. It's because I got class, you know. I got class. I need my pinky ring. I need to get a pinky ring. I want to get a pinky ring that says, Bad Dog works for NASA. Bad Dog is the best special effects coordinator for NASA. You know that, right? You gotta, if you got class, you gotta pinky up. Classy. I don't know why the hell I do that, to be honest with you. I think it's because my hands are too big. I got big ass hands. Trade Mills for someone, what do you think? For who? You need to get that Super Bowl 52 ring, I know, right? You have a few. I need to get a pinky ring. I'd wear a pinky ring. I would totally wear one. I would wear one and then just yell, just so I could shake my hand like this with a pinky ring. You need to get Golden Bird Ghostface Killer. I love Ghostface Killer. Sea salt caramel eggnog. I had it, Filioso. It's fantastic. What about Clay Matthews, Philly, or Terrell Suggs, or Earl Thomas, or Cameron Wake, or Dante Pro, or Eli Apple? Old. They're all old. I mean, I think you get those guys if you're making a run. If you really think you're going to make a run and win, then okay, then maybe do it. But, you know, am I moving to Philly? No, I'm not moving to the city. No, I'm not going back to the city. I mean, maybe outside suburbs at some point, but I'm not going back to the city. I think they were going to try to get out from under Wentz's contract somehow. I don't know how they're going to do that. At least for 2 years. Answer this. Why draft a quarterback in the second round and not start him when your quarterback sucks and is the worst quarterback in the NFL? Because your quarterback that you're saying sucks and is the worst quarterback in the NFL is making a ton of money. And you're not going to put another quarterback in and then justify paying this guy all those millions of dollars when you're stuck paying him for the next 2 years. So once you sign him to that big contract, you married him. That's why you don't take a quarterback in the second round. You get players around the quarterback you just spent a lot of money on. And that's where the Eagles screwed up. Right now, Eagles prediction, I'm going to say 8 wins. Maybe about 8-7-1 at best. I'll be disappointed largely if they don't do anything. Well, it doesn't look like they did anything. Where was I born? I was born in Philly. I was born in South Philly Methodist Hospital. I feel like they got hurt because Carson was getting injured every season. Yeah, I mean that's maybe why they did it, but you don't do it in the second round. You know what I mean? You don't do it. You got to give your quarterback talent. And what Howie Roseman said to him is, "We're going to take a quarterback in the second round, but I promise you, I'm going to get you weapons." I mean, he got him some Rager or Hightower. They're young, but he really didn't get anybody established. You're like me, fam. You got 10 ballpark frames on your hands. Fat boys for life. I got sausages, man. Italian sausage. University of Pennsylvania, right here. There you go. Play hurts. I love Carson, but he's playing like trash and putting our team in bad situations. You got to let him work it out. Okay, you got to let him work it out. But I'm going to tell you this, and people don't want to hear this. Carson has made a lot of mistakes. He's been bad, but it's not all him. Doug Peterson is a big, big problem. That offense is big problem. Think about this. I can watch a game, and you guys, we stream the game. We watch. We know what's coming. You can look at the plays, and you know what's coming. So every defensive coordinator that they're going up knows the plays, knows where the receivers are going to be, knows where they're looking to go. And then Doug Peterson asked Carson to go out and make plays when the defenses have that kind of advantage. How much does that hurt him? How much does that make him feel like he has to hold the ball? He has to press. He has to try to force it. I think Doug is a major, 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 major problem. And it's just easy to throw it all on Carson. Carson has his flaws. He holds the ball too long, stupid passes, does a lot of stupid things. No question about it. But I think Doug does not help him at all. No news. Would I fire Doug? I'm going to talk about this in my video tonight. I wouldn't fire Doug this year, but I would force him to get an offensive coordinator. What do you think of that end of the Giants game last night? That was crazy. They missed a 2-point conversion. I thought Daniel Jones makes some stupid plays like Carson does. But he's only been there 2 years. Carson's been there 5. There you go. Bad Dog is a Oklahoma fan, right? He thinks that Jalen Hurts is not going to be anything. Me, I'm more like I don't know, So NFL trade. Here's the article from Bleeding Green Nation. NFL trade deadline passes without the Eagles being buyers or sellers. No changes. Eagles did nothing. They didn't sell nobody. So I'm totally not surprised. This is typical Howie Roseman. I think it's time for him to go back to the boiler room. And I prepared the perfect video for this tonight because I knew this was going to happen. Philly, they should use you to work for the Eagles. You make a lot of good points. Thank you, Tramel. I would love to. I appreciate that. I've never seen offseason more predictable than Doug's. Yeah, offense more predictable. I'm going to say offseason. But yeah, the run plays action with running ball 4 times and a half. I know. And then it's like he runs the ball 2 times. 2nd and 19. Let's play action fake. Like anybody's going to bite on it. And every time you get a 2nd and 1, like a 2nd and 1, something like that, the Eagles run the ball try to get the first down. Play action, bootleg Carson, do something different. Every time they go deep, it's always Hightower. The Eagles' offense is predictable, it's vanilla, and if I know it, and you guys know it, defensive coordinators around the league not only they know what's coming, they know where the receivers are going, where they're going to be, and then we're telling Carson Wentz, go ahead and succeed. I mean, I can see why he holds the ball too long and is taking chances. Because he's playing at a disadvantage. Do you think the bad play calling is due to lack of starters in the lineup? Any new players from week to week? Maybe that's why we always run same plays. I don't think so. I mean, maybe that slightly has something to do with it, but even when we have regular starters and guys in there, it's the same thing. It's always the same thing. And the only time Carson gets going is when we seem like we're behind, and then they go into a up tempo, hurry up, where there's Carson having to do more and just be quicker with everything. He seems like he gets in a rhythm. I think that happens because you're kind of taking Doug Peterson out of it there. Okay, and I think that's why. So to me, look, I don't want to take away from Carson's stinkiness where he stinks. Where he has been bad, he has been bad. No question. That one play where he holds the ball, he could have thrown it, and he fumbles. Totally ridiculous. But some of it is Doug Peterson and his offense. Gavin, thank you, man. The trades might not happen time or tomorrow. No, the trade deadline happened. 15 minutes has gone by. We have heard nothing leaked out. NFL Network, they were sitting there waiting, and nothing happened, so they're putting the Tampa Giant game back on. I think Carson needs a new environment around him, like coaches in front office. Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm going to talk about that in my video tonight. Fulgham isn't doing anything wrong. Fulgham is the man. Fulgham is the man. I like Fulgham. Is Bad Dog still here? If Bad Dog's still here, I would like to hear an outsider's perspective of what he's seen from Fulgham so far. Are you saying give Carson more control of the play calling? No, I'm not. I'm not saying give Carson more control. What I'm saying is take the play calling, take it away from Doug, and get an offensive coordinator that actually knows what to do, has an idea of what his quarterback does good and well, and has some sort of imagination and creativity, and put it in their hands. Not necessarily where Carson's calling all plays. I just don't want Doug. I think Doug is too easy to figure out. I think not having offensive coordinator is killing the Eagles. Philly, I'm not an Eli Apple guy. Nah. I don't like Eli Apple. 500, at least they didn't trade Will Parks. Yeah, that's true. The Eagles made a move to pick up Jason Vroom, tight end, to practice squad. Well, yeah, Kroom, right? They cut him, and then they're going to put him back on the practice squad. Signing Fulgham, top priority, absolutely. Carson needs to be coached harder and held accountable. I don't care if we're paying 100 plus million. If he stinks it up again like the Cowboys game, he needs to be benched the rest of the game. You can bench him once. It's a slippery slope with benching him. I do agree with you, though. Carson needs to be held accountable. I think the fact that you have Press Taylor, the quarterback coach, doesn't work on mechanics, isn't as hard on Carson as DeFilippo was. I think that's a big problem. I definitely, totally agree with you there. Totally agree with you, 100%. But what I'm saying is if you get the combination of Carson making a lot of mistakes, and then you get Doug play calling offense so bad, when you get that combination, it's a disaster. Honestly, as bad as Carson has been, they should probably try to get back RPOs to make it easier for him to get in. Yeah, I mean, he could use some of them. He can't go heavy RPOs. I don't think that's going to fit him either. But I mean, I think there's things that they could do. They just don't do. Like for instance, I'll give you an example. There was about 3 or 4 drives in the first half where they had Rager on the outside. I think Diggs was on him, press coverage. I mean, he was right up in his face. There was no safety. The safety was all the way up. You had one-on-one coverage. And this was like 3 different series where this was happening. There was never an adjustment made and said, hey, look at this. Look what you have here. Let's send Rager long. Nothing. They just do what they do. Did I block you, Germ Dog? No, you're right here, man. I can read your text. If you were blocked, I couldn't see it. I believe the Steelers are great because of the coaches and the front office that brings in great talent. That's what the Eagles... Well, that's a big part of it, too. I had 4 chairs in my pool the morning after the game. That's how windy it was. Yeah, it was windy. 500. Fulgham actually reminds me a lot of Michael. He does. Me too, Power. Me too. 682 people watching. Awesome. You think, honestly, real opinion, will Nate Gary get his job back when he's off? Probably, because Schwartz likes him, but he shouldn't. Yeah, I would consider Marshawn for just the rest of the year. Facts, not heavy, but a couple drives in the first half would be perfect. Agreed. I just joined Philly 500. An update, please, on what happened. It's after 4. Thank you. Alex, thank you for joining. Appreciate that, man. Shout out to you. Nothing. It was very, very quiet. Very quiet deadline. Not just for the Eagles, but everybody. The Eagles didn't buy. They didn't sell. They didn't do anything. It's another thing. It's another quiet day for Howie Roseman. I agree with you, Steven. I agree. So I'm going to do about another 5 minutes, then I'm going to get going. I got some things to do. I got to take my daughter to a doctor's appointment later. I will be dropping a video. I'll probably upload it and then just keep it on private until like 8 o'clock and then release it. So look for that video. It's going to talk about Howie, Doug, and Carson. How does the coaching play work? Does Peterson make the final decision on play call, or does he take advice from the other coaches? Well, from what I gathered, Doug is installing the plays, so he's figuring out what plays they want to use. He installs the plays during the week, and then he's calling them. Now, in 2017, Doug called the plays, but Frank Reich installed the plays. He put everything there that we were going to get. So Doug would use basically the plays that Frank Reich put in there for him. Now Doug's putting his own stuff in. And a lot of times when Doug, even with Frank Reich, when he was going pass heavy, Frank Reich would go, hey, yo, Doug, we need to run some. And he really balanced him out. You know? Angel, bye, Philly. All right, you too, Angel. Did you get Holmes a new phone? No, I did not get Mark a new phone. He didn't want one. I offered. He didn't want it. He didn't want to change his number. Doug is the king of killing any momentum. We get these stupid play callings and take all the win ourselves. Yeah, I mean, that's what other thing I don't understand. You get like a big play, right? Carson makes a big play, and then you figure, okay, what a great pass. Maybe he's getting a rhythm. And then you pull him out and you put Hurts in. I don't like it. You know what I mean? After Frank left, everything went down. I agree. Do you think the Eagles will pick Will Fuller? No, I don't think so. He changed profile picture to the Eagles from the Texans. If the Eagles trade for him, nothing is broke yet. I don't think so. I heard they were looking for a second round pick, and I don't really think we need. I don't really think we need another receiver. I think we need a lineman and linebackers. Alex, what's happening? Do you think anybody signed Vontae's perfect? Nathaniel, I don't know. I don't know. What about Alshon, a third round pick for Golden Tate? I wouldn't do it. No. I got an idea, Philly. Let's go to the stadium during the game, tap into the frequency they use on Carson's helmet, and have you call the plays. I'm down. Let's do that. I would love that. I think Carson would be like, oh, this is a good play, finally. Somebody said that Carson was coming off the field the other day, and I don't know if this is true, and he had his helmet on, and he was like, and they read his lips, and he was like, what kind of play was that? That's saying something. We didn't do crap, man. Didn't do crap. Why are the NFL GMs so scared to pull the trigger? They overvalue their draft picks sometimes. You know what I mean? They definitely do. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for Carson in the sense that I know that he's not getting help around him. I don't think they're utilizing him right, coaching him right. But Carson's still fifth-year quarterback. He's got to man up and figure this out himself. I'm telling you, Doug and what Doug's doing wrong. But Carson does a lot of things wrong, too. He is not innocent in this thing. He makes a lot of boneheaded decisions, holding the ball too long. Some bad throws, forcing the ball when you don't need to. Yeah, Carson makes some bonehead decisions too. He is not off the hook. My point is just that I don't think that he's getting any help whatsoever. Brandon, we didn't do anything. I think we have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. Yeah, Carson regressed when we lost Frank Reich. Yeah, and they talked a lot about Carson, not his mechanics. They didn't really work on his mechanics anymore. All Carson would hear is run, fat man. Run, fat man, run. Yeah. I have the feeling the rumor's right. Which rumor? What's the most crazy trade you ever witnessed, Philly? Probably that Herschel Walker trade. The Herschel Walker trade that the Cowboys traded him to Minnesota, and they built their Super Bowl team with that. I mean, it was a tremendous amount of assets for a running back. Sir says, hey, Philly, pretty quiet. Yeah, pretty quiet deadline. We didn't trade for anything. Do I like your name? Philly fan The GOAT, Dallas Stinks 28. I love that name. It's a beautiful name. I like it. Wentz played at MVP level, then he got hurt and Foles won the Super Bowl. He's trying to show he's better than Foles. Every play still chasing ghosts. Yeah, perhaps. I think he definitely tries to play hero ball too much. Dallas Johnson, what's up, 500 brother? Percentage chance you think we can make it to the NFC Championship? 25% chance, maybe. Erica says, deadline's over, Erica. Nothing happened. Press Taylor should be fired. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Press Taylor. I'm going to talk about Jim Schwartz, Doug Peterson, Carson Wentz, Howie Roseman, all that in my next video because I prepared a video because I didn't think they were going to do anything. And they didn't. FC is going to win Super Bowl this year. He's better. You might be right. Steelers look like the real deal. Mark liked all the attention he got from the calls, just like how his cowgirls love the constant clout, yet never make any changes. They are outdated, old, just like Mark's business line. That's interesting take. I hate the Eagles are so predictable, like in the Dallas game on first they ran the ball. Yeah, they're very predictable. Philly, Foles or Wentz? I still go Wentz. But, I mean, look, I don't think Foles has been all that great either with Chicago. The thing with Foles is, in a big situation, a big game, he's going to come through. And Carson has done that too of late. Fulgham will finish top 5 in receiving yards at the end of the year. If we give him an extension this year, how would you want the deal to look like? Well, I think if you give him an extension this year, he may take something on the cheaper end, but with the ability to renegotiate after a few years. But you got to sign him. I mean, you have to sign him. I'm thinking, 8 to 10 million. I don't think he's going to get top 5 money or even top 10 money, but maybe around top 15 money. He's going to have to prove it more than 1 year. But you got to keep Fulgham. I don't know if he's a restricted free agent either. That's the other thing. You're a true fan. That's why I subbed. Love it. Keep it up. Mark thinks all the Cowboy problems are because Dak's hurt. He's kidding himself. Thank you, Germ Dog. I appreciate that. Did the deadline happen? It came and it went very, very quiet. No, Fulgham won't finish top 5 because he doesn't have a quarterback with the ability to get him the ball. Bubba taking shots at Carson. Bubba is done with Carson, dude. I'm going to have to get a shirt. Bubba is done with Carson. Carson and Press are good friends. He's not holding him accountable. Yeah, I think that's a big problem. They had a chance to get DeFilippo back, and they didn't. It would have been nice if they did. Yeah, Sixers are expected to pursue Harden. I just don't want Embiid gone. 500, what about a first and second for Michael Thomas? I don't think the Eagles could afford him. And you can't afford to give rid of your draft. The Eagles need their draft picks. They need their draft picks. They need to get somebody who can actually draft. Because we got so many old guys who are making too much money. The only way you get by that is you got to draft well. Yeah, Steelers got the ones from Jets, Gilmore from the Pats. Well, I didn't hear the Steelers got Gilmore. Travis Fulgham is on pace to have 1,450 yards and 13 touchdowns. That's unbelievable. 3 months ago, he wasn't even a team. Now he's worth a 4th-round pick to trade. That's crazy. Don't trade him. You can't trade him. No, Fulgham is your number 1 wide receiver. Bucks activated Antonio. Yeah, they did. And he's going to make a big impact. Carson needs a sports psychologist and a drill sergeant. I can't disagree. How do you feel about Justin Fields or Lawrence to Washington, no names or Giants? I think they're both going to be good quarterbacks, so I kind of don't want that to happen. But it seems like Dallas and the Giants are headed for a top 5 pick, which isn't good. Philly Luke, what's happening? No, we didn't trade at all, Isaac. We didn't trade at all. I don't know how old Will Fuller is. I'm thinking he's got to be under 28. Maybe at the oldest 28. So don't you think Carson has had a rough time with all the players around him being out? Yeah, I mean, Sean, that's a big problem. It is a big problem. Fulgham would have played the first 3 games. He'd be top 5 in yards. Yeah, look, Fulgham has been fantastic. I just love that kid so much. He's a godsend. I mean, he is one of the big bright spots that we have on this team. Yeah, I think Fulgham has 4 touchdowns. We ain't get anyone. Nobody. Fuller's 26. Oh, he's young. Would you rather have Doug hire a real offensive play caller, or should we revamp the whole coaching staff, including Jim? Well, I'll talk about this in the video. I would give Doug 1 more year. I would say next year he can be head coach, but he's got to get offensive coordinator. And I would fire Jim Schwartz as soon as the season ends. But I'd keep Doug as head coach one more year and get an offensive coordinator. See if that doesn't fix things. But you got to get a legitimate, good offensive coordinator. Like they were talking about Caldwell. Why not get Caldwell? He would have been perfect. So do you know what trades went down? Really, there was a trade. Miami sent a receiver to the Patriots. That was the only one I heard of today. Other than that, it was really, really quiet. You know how much I defend him over the years, but to me this year seems like he isn't taking the job serious enough. This year he doesn't have anybody in the building. No, I think that's fair, and I think that's a fair criticism, Bubba. I hear where you're coming from. I'm not there yet. I'm on my way. But there's just a few things first. But I'm starting to get a little frustrated myself. Doug admitted in his interview night for WP that Carson had more stability in 2017 compared to now. He does. He does. I mean, he had an offensive coordinator and he had a decent quarterback coach. Now I think he's got Morningwig telling him. He's got Scangarello telling him stuff. He's got Doug telling him. He's got all these voices in his head. Well, Will Fuller is younger than I thought. Since Fogelman started in that span of games, he's got more yards than DK, Julio Jones, Kelsey Hopkins, several other top receivers. Yeah, I mean, he is. Yeah, he's a TF-13, the Terminator. He has turned into something really good. Doug can make Scangarello offensive coordinator now if he wanted to, but he doesn't want one. He wants to call the plays. He wants to install the plays. And what we're getting is an offense that looks, honestly, like a high school offense. When does Joe Boo's head come off? As soon as the Eagles beat Dallas again. They got a sweep. The bet was for a sweep. Philly fan, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. We need to move the former quarterback Greg Ward to quarterback. I like Greg Ward where he is. I think Greg Ward's having a very underrated season, to be quite honest with you. Bieniemy from Kansas City head coach next year. It was F. Nico. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat, man. I would love Bieniemy, DK Metcalf is a beast, though. DK Metcalf. All I keep thinking about is when he chased down Baker at the interception, and I just keep thinking to myself, what was Howie looking at when he sees him, and then he looks at Ortega-Whiteside, and Whiteside's walking around camp, and he's got the umbrella over his head. I mean, jeez. And push him, and I think he has given up on all the coaches in the building. I think he might be playing like shit to get Doug fired, to be honest with you. He wants a guy that knows what he's done. Maybe. He looked frustrated. Most frustrated I've seen Carson look. Do the Eagles could consider playing Nate Sudfeld over Jalen Hurts if Wentz is benched? No, I think if they benched Wentz, I think it would go to Hurts. Look, at this rate, if Carson keeps taking the beating he's taking, he ain't going to make it through the year. I think Doug, Jim, and Howie need to be fired at the end of the year. I understand where that's coming from. I would say Howie and Jim, definitely. Everyone says the Eagles suck, but really our schedule is just hard as hell. It is a tough schedule. And we almost beat Baltimore. We almost beat Pittsburgh. We played like crap against the Giants and Dallas. So it's like, what is going on? Phil, remember when we passed on DK? I remember every day. Every time I see DK on TV, I remember. It's over, Joseph. We did nothing. Yeah, we need an offensive coordinator. Do you think Antonio Brown will be a top 3 wide out when he returns? Give him about 5 weeks. I think he will be. Yeah, I think he's still got a lot left. All I got to say is Ben had 63.5 passer rating, and Carson has 63.5 passer rating. It's time to start Jalen Hurts. That's why we got him. It's just a smart move to scare Carson. You got to pay Carson a lot of money. And just the way the NFL works with money and where you're paying money, you're not gonna bench Carson making that kind of money and sit him on the bench. It's just not gonna happen. I think that you have to show confidence in that he can figure it out, and you have to give Carson the rest of the year to figure it out. You have to win with him or die with him. He's got to figure it out, and if he can't figure it out, it'll tell us a lot. But I don't think you can just bench him, because if you bench him, you're gonna lose him. Howie and Jim definitely have to Have to go. I give them another year with a real office. Yeah, that's exactly what my point is, Bubba. That's what I'm gonna talk about in my video today. 3,500. So you mean to tell me absolutely no one wanted Nate Gary? Seriously, nobody wanted him. Nobody wanted him. Not even the sewer. Yeah, I froze for a sec because my phone is getting ready to die. It's getting ready to die. I think I said I have 5%, so I forgot to plug it in. If you look at throwaway stats, I'm pretty sure Wentz is actually number 1 in the league with 12. I'd have to look at that. BB13 was Dak's record. Dak is gone. Jay Green says, thank you for Super Chat. He says, what is the Eagles' record if we had an O-line? Well, I mean, I think you could at least add 2 more wins, right? I think the Eagles should have won that Washington game, and then you should have won the Cincinnati game. I think Doug blew the Cincinnati game in overtime. So what is that? That would make you what, 5-3? Is that what it is? It'd be like 5-3. Is that? Am I right? 4-5. Yeah. No moves. Jameis went 33-30. Carson ain't getting benched. You're not gonna bench him with that money. Unfortunately, not our year. Seattle looks tough this year. I was hoping to trade and get extra picks for next year. Yeah, I was hoping we were gonna sell some guys too. If Wentz stinks it up against the Giants, they need to bench him. No doubt about it. The rest of the schedule after this is brutal. Once you bench him, you might lose him. It may be it for him. And then you got a guy making, what, $50-something million over the next few years, guaranteed? I can't see them doing it. I think you have to let him play the whole season out. And if he loses, he loses. If he takes a beating, he takes a beating. If he comes out of it, he comes out of it. But I think you got to just sink or swim with him. It's go time. That's why if you're the Eagles fan, you should hope we don't make the playoffs, because if they do, all we know this shit's going to stay the same. We won't. That's the one bad thing about making the playoffs. If you make the playoffs, then Howie stays, Doug stays, they all stay the same. And it's just push it back to next year. Giants looked good last night, though, considering who they did. Jim Harbaugh or Denver coach that won Super Bowl. What do you want? As a coach, you mean? How do I feel about Michael Kendricks? He's all right. I mean, he's all right. But I wouldn't go out and get him. They got to send Wentz a message somehow. Well, that's true. I mean, look, if you're in a situation where, like, let's say you're losing the Giants 21-3 in the third quarter, and you want to take him out, bench him, and send a message, fine, but you have to start him the next week. It's a slippery slope. Do you think Hurts can actually play well if Wentz is benched? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know he can run. I don't know what he's going to be like as a passer. We haven't seen enough of him. Philly, I heard a mock trade in the future where Wentz to Minnesota, he could play well there. And what will the Eagles get back? Got to go back to work. Looking forward to your video later tonight. You're the man, bro. Everybody's going to make your video good. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you to everybody who was here. It was a good time. I'm going to end this stream now because I got some things to do. Wanted to come on here and trade deadline just in case. Just in case the Eagles made a move. Of course, they didn't. But I will have a video coming out later today. And I hope everybody has a great, wonderful day. Stay safe. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you for Super Chats. New channel members. Thank you to the mods. I appreciate all of you guys very much. Sorry to say the Eagles didn't do anything. I was hoping at least that they would sell, but they didn't. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. And with that said, I'm going to let you guys go. Take care. Talk to you later. And of course, don't be a dingbat.